Hello, my name is Stefan and today I want to give you an overview about our branch circuit monitoring booth. Here we have several devices starting with PAC 1200 and components, PAC 1600, our new CP-COM devices and Power Center 1000 and Power Center 3000. These devices can be used in applications for small and medium infrastructure or in every other application where DIN rail mounted devices are required and an energy monitoring is also needed. The next step is with focus on configuring these CP-COM devices, and the whole configuration will be done in an app. For this app, we prepared already the booth. All devices are connected to a network and I have a mobile phone with an installed Power Config mobile app, and all the configuration can be done now through this app and the network. For configuring our branch circuit devices, I started Power Config app, and let's scan the network for devices by pressing the plus symbol and go to Add via Wi-Fi search, and let's search the app, the network. Power Center 1000 is also found, perfect, and add it to the app by doing long pressure on it and then say plus to add it. One device is now added. And for the next step, we want to add the branch circuit submodules. For this, go to the symbol on the right side, or maybe the settings symbol. Press plus once again, and let's say add manually. Here now directly my camera is activated and the scanner is starting. And we have now to scan the barcode which is located on these submodules. As additional information, if you see the devices here blinking, this means the devices are actually not connected to Power Center 1000. To connect it, we have to scan the barcode which is named RF code on the device. To scan it, we have to switch off and you can use here the focus function, focus on this correct barcode and say scan. Device is now successfully scanned. Please switch it on again to have power on the device for next steps. Confirm it in the app. And now we see address not assigned. So it must be assigned in Power Center 1000. Here we have also to do a long pressure on it and click on the assign symbol in the top. Device is now paired and we get also a confirmation message and have a successful connection to the device now. Here we can also go a little bit deeper and see online values of it, see the state, see for example current measurement, voltage measurement and so on. All parameters are available here now. If the application runs for a while, also some trends are available, and if you want to change some parameters, no problem, just switch to parameters, change your parameters and say save to device. For the final steps, we have to add all other devices in exactly the same way to this app I showed before. Configuration is now done for all devices, and like we can see, the green light is now constant on and not longer blinking because everything is connected. Also in our app, we have all 7 devices connected and can have a look on it in detail. An additional interesting function here on the booth are these both switches. Here you can play a little bit and do some simulation for this breaker on the right side. The first one switches on a cooling fan because here are some heating resistors mounted in the top of the booth just to have an airflow for cooling. And with the second you can switch from off to overload and here to higher overload. So finally here the breaker will trip. If we do this, first one we have to start the fan. Then let's switch to high load. This takes a few seconds. Now we can see the device is flashing yellow and green. This means overload is on the breaker. And also in the app there's a symbol that a warning is active. This means there's actual an overload to the breaker. Switching back to no load, we can reset the breaker here by pressing the button on it, and now it's still green. The other thing is let it trip, fan on, and go to second stage here. Now it also takes a few seconds until the breaker will trip. In the app we see already there's a too high current. We get a warning and alarm, and now breaker is tripped. Also here in the app we see the status and have some warning. To reset, switch everything off. Switch breaker on and do a long pressure here for reset. Finally, I want to explain to you how to connect all the devices here which are now connected to Power Center 1000, finally in Power Center 3000. All this must be done by using the internally web browser of Power Center 3000, and this I will show you on my computer. I already started a web browser and entered IP address of Power Center 3000. And here on the start page we can navigate to these three dots and say scan network. Here I have to select which interface of Power Center I want to scan. In this example it's X1. Press scan, and then Power Center will detect all connected devices. In my network a lot of other stuff is also connected here, so we will find a lot of other devices and we can search for Power Center 1000. Here we can see the detected Power Center 1000 with all configured submodules. In the next step, just do a click on Power Center 1000 and say add to project. Now it appears here in my device tree, and we can do exactly the same for all other components we want to add. And everything is now listed here in device tree. To get a better overview, enable edit mode. And now click on the devices and rename it. So for example we will call it here POC 1000. And here MCP 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And finally, disable edit mode. And now configuration is done, and we can regularly access the devices and see some details and all the messages if something is available, and have finally an easy to use configuration. Power Center 3000 is now configured, all devices are included. Everything will work now, and I hope with this tutorial you are now also an expert in it, and I wish you success and fun with playing with this booth. Thank you very much.